What up, fam? My name is Duke Alexander Moore, and I truly believe I was put on this world, this beautiful world, to make taxes very easy to understand. And the purpose of this video is to make the BOI very easy to understand. You hear a lot of talk right now about like, oh my gosh, if you don't file this report, you're gonna get hit with a $500 per day penalty. Or if you don't file this report, 2 years in prison. We ain't doing that. We ain't doing time with Big John, Little John. We ain't doing that. We are going to figure this out. So my guarantee to you, by the end of this video, is three things. One, you're going to understand what the BOI is. Two, you're going to understand why do we have to file it. And three, you're going to understand how to actually file it. Those are my three guarantees to you. So let's start with the first one, the what. Like, what is BOI? Well, BOI stands for Beneficial Ownership Information. Okay, so here's what's going on. There are people, very bad people. If you were these type of people, you getting clothes in your, you know how Santa Claus put clothes in your stockings. Them type of people. They ain't getting nothing for Christmas. These are a bunch of no peoples. There are a bunch of no peoples out there creating LLCs to do illegal activities, such as fund terrorism. Ooh, no. Such as launder money and tax evasion. So they're creating these LLCs, and the thing is, these people are doing illegal activities, and we know which LLCs are doing illegal activities. Like, all right, we know it's that LLC, so let's go after that LLC. Okay, well, okay, all right. How we get it? How we get up? You know, go look at go look at the owner. Who owns the LLC? Who's the member of the LLC? Well, I don't know. They didn't even put it on here. Then how are we gonna get them? I don't know. Boom. That is the issue. We can identify, well, the government believes they can identify and prevent, millions of lives being lost from terrorism or tax evasion. They feel like there is a prevention there by being able to identify who truly is the beneficial owner of these LLCs. So that is what that is actually the what and the why. The why we have to file this BOI is because we have to tell FinCEN, this is the Financial Crimes Enforcement Network, who actually owns this LLC. So if they have someone to come after, they know exactly who to come after. So the what? BOI is a beneficial ownership information. The why we have to file it is to identify like, hey, dog, we finally own these LLCs. Now we're gonna jump into the how. But before we jump into the how, we gotta understand, we gotta pack our bags. You can't just go to Japan, you can't just go to Hawaii without understanding the culture, without understanding what to pack. Do I bring my swim trunks and my sunscreens? Well, I'm gonna tell you exactly what to pack, exactly what to bring. So when you are ready to actually file and prepare your BOI, you're going to be successful, okay? So there's a few terms that you're going to have to understand. The first term is something called a reporting company. A reporting company is literally the name of your LLC. That is a reporting company. The second term you need to understand is something called an existing reporting company. So this is any LLC, right? Remember, we established what a reporting company is. This is any LLC formed before January 1st, 2024. So if you formed your LLC in the year 2023, all the way back to Jesus was born or whatever, then you're considered an existing reporting company. If you formed your LLC in 2024 or after, you are not an existing reporting company. The third thing is something called an EIN. So an EIN is a social security number for your business. You typically receive this at the same time that you receive your LLC documents. And it's gonna be it's gonna be presented to you on a notice called Notice CP57G. So it's EIN, it's a term you have to understand. The next one is something called a submitter. So the submitter is the person or individual who is actually filing this BOI report. So those are the terms you have to understand. One, the reporting company, tell me what it is. Two, the existing reporting company, tell me what it is. Three, the EIN, tell me what it is. Four, the company applicant, tell me what it is. And five, the submitter, tell me what it is. Bam. If you can understand those terms, you're going to be extremely successful in filing your BOI report. So give yourself a round of applause. Boom. We ain't done yet. So now we understand, okay? We kind of get it. Now it's time to pack our bags. Like, let's pack our suitcase. Like, what are we bringing in order for us to be successful in filing our BOI report? So these are the things that you're going to have ready and set to go. So the first name is going to be the legal name of your reporting company. I don't have to tell you what a reporting company is anymore because you are smarter than a fifth grader and you now know what a reporting company is. 2, you're going to have to bring in an EIN. 3, you're going to have to bring in the country your LLC was formed in. The country your LLC was formed in. 4, the state where your LLC was formed in, right? And then 5, the current address of your LLC. So for example, you may have formed your LLC in the United States, and you may have formed it in a different state, but what is the current address? So you need all that information. 7, you're going to need to know the legal names of the members inside the LLC. So fun fact, there are no such things as owners of an LLC. The technical term is called members. So these are called members of an LLC. So you need to know the legal name of the members in the LLC. So this is why you may have heard of the term single member LLC, meaning there is just one person within that LLC. If there's a multi-member LLC, this is 2 or more people formed as an LLC with a default tax status of a partnership. The 7th thing you need to pack up in your suitcase is the date of birth for each member that is part of this LLC. The 8th thing you need to know is, you need to bring it, pack it, bring it to the table so we can file a successful BOI report. The 8th thing is the address of the members. The 9th thing is the identifying picture or some type of thing like a driver's license, a state ID, or a passport. You have to have some type of identifying document. And it's going to be a picture that you have to upload. And the 10th and final thing that you're going to need is the submitter info. So you need to know the first and last name of the submitter, which you should know because it's going to be yourself, and then the email address. So now that we know that, it's time to jump into the goodies. It's time to hop on a flight. We have landed in BOI land. Well, actually, hold on, we ain't there yet. All right, so now let's hop on a flight. So in order to get on the flight to BOI, you're gonna have to go to FinCEN.gov BOI, okay? Boom, we're flying, boom. Now we have just officially landed. We have officially landed in BOI land. Now, there are 2 things right here. We want to focus on the side where it says file. There's something called file report and create a FinCEN ID. Let me briefly talk about the FinCEN ID and when you may not need one. So I would advise anyone to create one. We're not going to create one in this video because it's a little bit more advanced. Not everyone needs it, but I would definitely say it if you plan on having multiple LLCs to get a FinCEN ID. For example, every time that you update your information, right, you file a BOI report and you have to update the information on that BOI report, you have to update the BOI report, right? So let's say your address changes, you have to update your BOI report. Any information that you put on your initial BOI report and it changes, it has to be updated. So if you got 10 LLCs because you are a serial entrepreneur, you've been watching some Grant Cardone, some Billie Jean, some Tony Robbins, you say, I got these LLCs. You got about 10 of them. Let's say you walking along, you're like, I got my 10 LLCs in the house. Do the LLC dance. And someone's like across the street, and they're like, I like what's kind of going on. It's a man or woman, right? Imagine this, it's a man or woman. And y'all kind of start talking, and y'all fall in love. Y'all get married. Y'all get married. Boom, your last name may have just changed. So if your last name changed and you've already filed your BOI report, you got to go update your BOI report on all 10 of those LLCs, all those reporting companies, let me say. Now, let's say y'all, y'all 1 month in, y'all, y'all fall asleep, right? And then next day they wake up, they say, oh. You're like, dang, your breath stink. And now you want a divorce. So now your last name just possibly changed again, and you got to update each one of those LLC's BOI reports. And if you move after that, let's say like, I don't even want to live here no more. you change your address, you got to upload all 10 of those LLC's BOI reports. So what a FinCEN ID does is instead of updating all that information, you just update the information on your FinCEN ID. And what that does, it's going to update all the information on your 10 LLCs. So it just helps with avoiding the hassle of filing multiple updated reports, because there's people out there with a lot of LLCs. So if you're the type of person, you're a serial entrepreneur, you know you're going to have multiple LLCs, get a FinCEN ID. That's going to be for you. So let's go hop back into BOI Island. Okay. So now we're going to hit File Report, and then we're going to go to the BOI information. So click this one, and then we want to file online. So prepare and submit. We're going to hit I agree, because we don't read nothing. I know y'all didn't read it. All right? Some of y'all going to read it. All right. So this is your first time filing a BOI report. You're going to file something called an initial report. Now, there's something called a corrected report. Let's say you filed your BOI in the past. There's some information that you know is wrong on there. You want to correct that. If you know that you filed information on a BOI report that's not correct and you do not correct it, you could also get hit with this $500 per day penalty. And then 3, this is this updated report. So remember, this is that example of anything that you put on the screen today, guys. And that information changes, you have to file what's called an updated report. Okay, so let's click the first one, and this report. Y'all can read this if you want to. All right, next. All right, so here we go. Reporting company information. Now, y'all know what a reporting company is. Now, you can request a FinCEN ID for your reporting company, like your LLC. I'm not doing it for mine. I don't think I need one. I'm good. And I'm also going to skip this part. So now we're going to go to the reporting company legal name. So the name of my LLC is called More Cash Flow. So if you guys know a little bit about my business, I do more than just tax, right? So I actually have a DBA, right? So More Cash Flow is the legal name of my business, but I have something called a DBA where I do business as another name, but it's still under the LLC. So one is called Duke Tax. This is where we help content creators and small business owners that need professional tax services, help them with their tax. Then I have another DBA called Tax Takeoff. This is for CPAs, tax professionals that need additional training. So those are kind of my 2 DBAs under More Cash Flow. If you have multiple DBAs, you need to add them on. The second thing you need to do is the tax identification type. So more than likely, you're going to be an EIN, right? If you have an LLC, and this is where you put your ID number, 8329631445. Okay. Love it. And then it's going to be like, okay, what county or jurisdiction that you are in? You're going to put the United States of America. And then state of formation, I'm going to put Texas. All right. And then address, let's go ahead and put that, 325 North St. Paul Street in Dallas, Texas. Oh, no, this is the country. Then we put the Texas. Come on, we're doing this together, guys. Keep up. Keep up. If you need to slow down, pause. And then enter your email. I mean, like, that's going to be goofy if you enter your email address on the zip code. Enter your zip code. All right? And then we're going to hit next. Now, remember, if you are an existing reporting company, we already talked about it, so I ain't even going to speak on it. Click it if you are, click it if you're not. Now, what happens here is something really interesting. This entire area is now going to be grayed out, okay? Meaning that we don't have to do the company applicant information if we are something called an existing company. So this is why I wanted to talk about that definition in the beginning. So think about this. Remember, actually, you guys tell me what a company applicant is. Yay! This feels like I'm watching Dora the Explorer or something. Yes. So I don't even know if you got it right. I don't know why I even said yes. Y'all could have got it wrong. All right. So remember, a company applicant is the actual individual who files the LLC on your behalf. Okay. That's the actual company applicant. Company applicant is the person who files the LLC on your behalf. So if you are filing your own LLC, you are considered the company applicant. If you hired another firm to do your LLC, they are the company applicant, okay? So that's what the company applicant is. So here, you have to identify who the company applicant is. Well, if you formed your LLC back in 1986 or 1731, how you gonna know who the company applicant is? You ain't gonna know. You is not gonna know who the company applicant is, or you could forget. So this is why, all right, bro, if you're an existing company, cool. Don't worry about it. Don't stress it. Now, if you're maybe going forward, which is, if you can see on the screen, it says in future use, they can bring it back. So that's what that is. So we go ahead and skip that part. And then next, I would skip this. Unless you're a minor child, you might want to do your parents' information. If you went ahead and got your FinCEN ID, go ahead and enter there. Now, there's something called exempt entities, and I really want to touch on this. There's about 23 classifications of an exempt entity outlined in something called the Corporate Transparency Act. We're not going to talk about that. If you're a tax professional, you want to learn about it, sign up for Tax Takeoff, okay? But there are certain entities that are exempt from filing a BOI report. Okay, one of them is any 501 like nonprofit. They are exempt, so I would say like for sure. But there are other things. But here's what I say: there's going to be a lot of people like in doubt. Do I have to file it? Do I not? I don't know. When in doubt, file, and I'm going to tell you why. Because if you fail to file, and you knew you had to file, there's a $500 per day penalty, up to $10,000, and up to 2 years in prison. But guess what? Let me tell you a little secret. Let me tell you a secret. If you file this BOI report, and you didn't really have to file a BOI report, there is no penalty for filing a BOI report when you didn't have to. All right? Shh, don't tell nobody, okay? So I'm saying if there's no penalty for filing the BOI report, but there's a penalty, wait, let me rewind that. If there is no penalty for filing a BOI report when you are required to, but yet there's a penalty for not filing a BOI report when you're required to, file it anyways. When in doubt, file, because there's no harm in filing. Okay, cool. So let's just skip that. And then you're going to have to put your last name. You can put your first name. You can put your middle name. And then you're going to put your birthday. 11. I'm going to put my birthday. I'm going to put the first 4 digits. Wait, 1144. 1114 is my birthday. So yeah, everyone say, hey, happy birthday, Duke. Go ahead and tell me happy birthday. Okay, cool. And then you're going to put your actual address. So this is your residential address. Your city. This is actually where you live. And any other members. You're going to put the country you're born in. I'm not born in. I'm sorry. Where you live at. I'm all over the place today. And then the state where you live at. And then your identifying document. So you can select the drop down whether you want it to be an ID. It could be like a driver's license. It could be a passport. You name it. Put that identifying number right there. Then you're also going to enter the country, right? You're going to select the state on that ID. And then if you ain't got nothing to do with this, don't worry about that. And then you're going to actually have to upload a picture right here, okay? You're going to actually upload a picture right here. Now, once you get past this section, it's then going to be your confirmation screen. It's going to tell you if you missed anything, go back. It's going to be highlighted in red. And it's also going to ask for the submitter info, So this is where you list the first name of who you are. If you're submitting this, it's going to ask for the email address. For you to confirm your email address, it's then going to ask for your first name and your last name. And then you're going to have to play this little game where it's going to be like, bro, which one's the heaviest animal? And it's going to be the polar bear. I don't know if I'm supposed to tell y'all, but it's a polar bear and a penguin. It's going to be the polar bear. It's like the polar bear. Now, they may change it. So this, I don't know. But for me, it was the polar bear. And I got it right each and every time. Guys, thank you for attending this video. I really like, this is a really important topic to me because it can affect a lot of people. And if you know about this or if you know anyone with LLC, please do your due diligence and just let them know, hey man, there's a new report out there. Go file it, right? So for example, like some people are paying us to file it. Like, Duke, I don't want to do it. Cool, they pay us. And that's how it works over here. But if someone can't afford to pay someone, they don't feel like paying someone, send them this video. Whatever it has to be. But go help somebody because the last thing we want to do is someone to get hit with this penalty. Small business owners struggles as is. Let's not make them struggle anymore. If you guys are more interested in my short form content, please check me out on TikTok or Instagram. My name is Duke Loves Taxes. Well, my name is Duke. Also, hold on, let me tell you something. If you are a content creator or a small business owner needing professional tax help, head to link I have one maybe in my bio, in the description. It's also duke.tax. You can go to duke.tax to become a member and just sign up there. Well, my name is Duke and I make taxes very easy to understand. Make sure you guys subscribe to stay educated. Peace out.